Okay, so we're going to start today. So today's topic is, let me see again what today's topic is. Yeah, I had it on my pad. It's called Understanding Your Gifts in Leadership. Now, for those people that attend my leadership series classes, you will know I will only give you the slides at the end of the training. So when the training ended, I'll put the slides on the chat box below, which you can download and save the slides. Now, understanding your gifts in leadership. Okay, now, in life, there are a lot of people want to be different things, right? Some of you want to have a normal life. Some of you want to have a government life, like you want to join the government. Some of you want to be an entrepreneur, set up your own business. Some of you wants to get married rich. Yeah, there are a lot of people here that every day thinking. When is the rich husband going to press my doorbell? Ding dong. Right? Everybody have different aspiration and dreams. Some of you want to be mechanics. Some of you want to be engineers. Some of you want to be, housewives. Some of you want to control your husband's money. Like some of the ladies here are crazy. They have this lady boss mentality. They want to control their husband's money and be a housewife at home. So there's no right, there's no wrong. To each his own. Now, to be effective, it doesn't matter what positions or what jobs you want to do today, or what kind of person you want to be today. You can be a driver, you can be a toilet cleaner, you can be a salesperson, you can be a gardener. Okay, there are always normal gardeners and extraordinary gardeners. There will always be normal housewives, extraordinary housewives. There will be normal technician, extraordinary technician, normal soldiers, extraordinary soldiers. Okay, there's a Chinese term for this. For those people that do not know Chinese, it's called 行行出状元. 行行出状元. What does it mean? It means that whatever you want to do in life, okay, there's always success stories in that particular position. Okay, right? Housewives, even gangsters, there are some shitty gangsters and there are some super rich gangsters as well. Okay, there are some shitty drug dealers and there are some super rich drug dealers as well. I know these are bad examples, but I'm just trying to tell you that in every job, everything you do today, there's an alternate world. An alternate world means that someone that is doing extraordinary in what you are doing today. Do you understand? You understand? So if you're just an accountant, there's someone in some parts of the world making millions and millions of dollars in accounting as an extraordinary auditor. Some of you are influencer, right? You set up your content, you're trying to sell some stuff online. Maybe you're a shitty salesperson, but we all know there are extraordinary content creators on this earth. Okay, so what's the difference between a normal toilet cleaner and an extraordinary toilet cleaner? What's the difference between a normal housewife, extraordinary housewife, normal student, extraordinary student? What's the difference? Leadership. Everything we do today, we need to have leadership. Do you understand? That's the only difference. Okay, look at me. Now imagine if I'm your boss today. Okay, imagine, I'm an employer, I'm a director, I'm a CEO, right? So imagine if I'm your boss today. And if you compare me with your bosses today? What is the difference? What is the difference? The difference, I can tell you, is only leadership. Leadership. Now, the question you need to ask is, can any one of you become a leader? Okay? Can any one of you become a leader? You know, some of you are very, very normal people, right? Agreed? You wake up in the morning, you queue up for work, you take a bus to work, take the train to work. The Vietnamese will take the scooters and motorcycles to work, right? The Vietnam, they drive motorbikes all the time. You know, the Filipinos will take the jeepneys to work, you know, or the train, the subway, you know. So every day when you see yourself walking on the streets of the Philippines, walking on the streets of Myanmar, walking on the streets in Malaysia, what is the difference between you and them? Have you ever wondered why? Wonder what's the difference? Well, you can't. You can't. You can't see there's any difference between you and them. And it's true. Okay, let's be honest now. It's true. Like when you go to work, you see your colleagues, compare yourself to them. It's very, very difficult to understand why makes you different from the rest of the other people. So let me tell you the truth. It's because you don't understand your gifts. Okay, what is a gift? You know, gift is something God has given to you. God made who you are today, right? So all of us has a gift in leadership. We do. We all do. Okay, for the ladies, do you scold your husband and boyfriend sometimes? Be honest. Put a thumbs up. Come on, don't be shy. Yeah, you do. You see all the ladies. Yeah. Yeah, I scolded him badly yesterday. He got hammered by me yesterday. Do you know scolding people is some sort of leadership? Because you take the initiative, go and fuck someone up. Think carefully. Think carefully. It's really crazy, right? When your husband, when you come back from work, you saw your husband lying on the sofa, you know, enjoying himself, have a mango milkshake on his hand, and he's lying on the sofa watching football and basketball while you just complete a 16-hour shift. You get absolutely mad, right? You go bonkers and crazy. So what the fuck? Didn't you do some washing today? Did you not wash the clothes today? Did you do this? You hammered him to the ground. And the guys, those guys that are married or have a boy girlfriend like that, did you get hammered? Be honest, put a thumbs up. Did you get hammered? Come on, put a thumbs up. Did you get hammered by your ladies? Right? So you see, all of us have leadership skills. Okay, example, another good example. Who likes to bitch and complain? Come on. Who likes to gossip, bitch, and complain? Oh, you see, everybody, you know, pretending now, you know, everybody. Oh, no, put a thumbs down. Hey, come on. 90% of you love to complain, bitch, and gossip, right? Oh, my staff is an asshole. He's dumping all the work to me. Or the government is stupid. How come the houses are so expensive? Why do we have this traffic jam? Why do we this? Why do we that? Why is life so difficult? Why? These are bitching, right? Do you know that bitching is also a form of leadership? Think carefully. Nobody tell you to bitch, you know. Nobody. Your father didn't call you up. Hey, Roslyn, did you bitch today? Did you bitch today? Come on, Roslyn, let's go, man. I'll wait for you. Correct. Nobody tells you to bitch. Nobody tells you to complain. But you complain. You bitch. Right? True. Okay. Okay, the next one. Who is not lazy? Put up a hand. No, I shouldn't put this way. Who is lazy? Do not put up your hand. So everyone is, oh, come on. Everyone is lazy, right? You know, everyone is lazy. Hey, please do not tell me that you're not lazy. You know, please don't say shit like that. I don't believe. I do not believe. Do you know that laziness is also a form of leadership? It's because it was a decision made by you. Leadership is decisions. I chose to be brave. I chose to be smart. I chose to be clever. But you reverse it. I chose to be lazy. I chose to be slow. I chose to sleep the whole day today. Yeah, you lead yourself, right? Isn't it? Yes. You lead yourself to become like that. True? True? So you see, everyone here has leadership skills. So what's the difference between an ordinary worker and a superstar worker? It's leadership. And everybody here has leadership skills. You lead yourself to do something. Don't you understand? Like I saw April Minhit, non-April Minhit, she curl her hair. You know, today she put some curly hair, right? Yeah, normally her hair is straight, you know. So she lead herself to spend 3 hours at the barber shop, get the hairdresser, you know, like, you know, slowly twirl her hair, you know. So it was a decision that made by herself. She lead herself to go to the barber shop. So you see, so how does these two things compile together? So number one, I repeat again. Let me explain to you. I'm old enough to tell you all this shit. And I've traveled around the world more than any one of you. And I can tell you currently, I am the most successful person in this group today. Okay? It's not arrogance, it's a fact. So I'm imparting some real life strategies for you now. So I always believe every job, despite the job that you hate today or a job that you like today, there's always an alternate version that is doing the same thing like you're doing today, but is 30 million times more successful than you. And the difference is he has leadership skills. You also have leadership skills. It's inside yourself because you are leading yourself to do different variety of things every single day. So why is it that those people have leadership skills, you have leadership skills, but those people are doing better than you? Strange, huh? Okay, so the first topic of the day, your lifestyle. Okay, your lifestyle. What kind of person are you? What do you want in life? Who do you have in life? What do you do in life? What do you have to do? So let's look at what kind of person are you. Now, I'm going to impart something that I use in every leadership forum. Leadership forum means I usually go to universities to teach the university students about what leadership is about, right? Obviously, I'm not going to use vulgar words during the university. Only me and you will use that, all right? But not in the universities, right? So I always tell people, the first thing you need to understand, to have good leadership skills, you must know what kind of person are you. You know, you got to I really believe, and this is sincerely from my heart, after training thousands of people around the world, I believe that everyone can have a great life. Okay, super rich, perhaps no, because super rich, you need an element of luck. You understand? Like to become a millionaire or billionaire, sometimes you need an element of luck. But in terms of having a great life, everybody on this earth have the capacity to have that. Now, why is it that me and you are different? It's because I understand what kind of person I am. Okay? Do you? Do you really? And please, you know, it's like just like a job interview. Okay, now imagine you come for a job interview with me, right? Paula Joyce and Joshua and Lorena. Let's imagine you apply a job in my company. Okay? So obviously you're going to tell me all the great things about you, right? You're going to tell me that you're hardworking, or, you know, you've been this experience for 20, 100 years. You are a team player. And you're a good person. You will never talk shit about yourself. Right? During your interviews, right? Remember, all of you went for interviews before, right? You never talk shit about yourself. You will always say how great you are, right? Now, when you lie to the employer, how did you feel? How do you feel when you lie to the employer? Now, how do you feel? Honestly. Come on. Oh, please do not tell me you are a superstar worker. I do not believe that. Right? You see, if you don't understand what kind of person are you, it's very difficult to do many things in life. You know, yes, a lot of your professors, a lot of your parents, a lot of your peers, they will tell you, oh, you can attend some class, get a master's, get a PhD, build a strong network. Maybe Paula, Joyce, you have a lot of rich friends. You know, that's what they teach you in the books or some video clips that you watch on YouTube, right? Now, yeah, those are real, but I think differently. I believe that everything is within your control. It's all internally rather than externally. So, how many times did you admit to yourself that the person that you are today is not the real person that you want to be? Think about this statement, huh? Be honest. Come on. Kathy, Chongming, be honest. Right? So you know the whole story. Like, even at my level now, I still feel that I am not the person that I want to be. You see, you need to adjust this problem in order to become a good leader. Now think about this statement. Imagine now, I promoted everybody here. I give you guys a good job, okay? I pay you $10,000 a month, 10 grand, huh? And I promote you as my general manager in my company. I let you manage 50, 100 staff. You seriously believe that mentally you are able to handle 50,000 staff? You believe in that? Right? So if you do not adjust and understand what kind of person you are, please know why today you have a shit life. Now, whether you have a shit life or not, you know the story better than me. You can deny it, you can argue with me, but you know. You know. So first, know what kind of person you are today. Second, keep it simple. I always keep it simple. What do you want in life? What do you really, really want? You know, last week, when I was in South Korea, somebody came up for an interview because I'm hiring a Korean person to be my assistant and translator in South Korea. So somebody came to my office for a job interview. So he told me he's an ambitious person. Ambitious. Now think of this fucking word now. When I mention the word ambitious, what does it mean? Do you really know the meaning? Do you know the meaning? Ambitious. So let me tell you, what do I mean by ambitious? Ambitious means you are fucking ambitious. That means you will do whatever it takes to reach your goals. If you need to work 16 hours a day, 365 days a year, that's ambitious. There's no such thing as I'm ambitious, but I want to have my me time. Saturday, Sunday, I need to go to the cafe to hang out with my friends. I need to finish work at 5 p.m., finish work at 5 p.m. and go home, right? Enjoy, go exercising. No. Please understand, what do you want in life? Because if you do not know what you want in life, you cannot use your gift. Your gift is in your heart now. I told you, everyone can be a good leader. But if you do not know what do you want in life, it's hard to use your gift the right way. So imagine again, the word, usually when I have job interviews, out of 10 people, 9 of them will tell me, Mr. Benson, I am career focused. Career focused. And I'm ambitious. Oh, God. Really, your career focus? Seriously? You know what a career focused person is? A career focused person will give up his hobbies or the things that he likes in life and to shift into his career. So meaning, if I hire Su Sandy Tong to work as a salesperson in my company, right? 8 to 5, he will work. 6 to 12, she will still work, but he will work in terms of research on how to make herself a better salesperson. So what do you want in life? Don't talk shit. Talk shit. When you come to my training, there's no in between. There's only yes or no. There's no maybe. Right? So what do you want in life? What do you really want in life? Third, who do you have in life? I remember a few weeks ago, we had a class, right? And I did mention to everybody, sometimes what you see in life that you think it's normal, it's not really, really normal. So example, if let's find some names. For example, if Mr. Ye Wing Tung, Okay, if all your friends are poor, okay, that means your friends are all poor, huh? Your brother is poor, your sister is poor, your friends are poor, your auntie is poor, your grandmother is poor. You would think that being poor is normal, right? Right? But is it? Now, how the fuck you know it's normal? You don't. It's because of your surrounding environment is socially engineer you to believe that a Burmese man like you shouldn't have success. It's because all your friends are poor, all your classmates are poor, all your family members are poor. So in your brain, you think that being poor is normal. So imagine now you were born in Singapore. And of course, you know, a lot of Myanmar people, they love Singapore. You're the same person. You're wearing the same t-shirt with the same haircut, with the same watch, but in a different country. So when you come to Singapore, you're surrounded with people that have money. So that will automatically make you believe that finding money in Singapore is easier than Myanmar. But is it true? Especially in Myanmar, every fucking month, there are so many rich people. How is that real? You see? So who you are with will make the kind of person you are going to be. So let me explain to you, like me, you know, unfortunately, and this is a true story, my personal life, I dropped a lot of my friends. I used to have hundreds and hundreds of friends. Now I only have three friends. True story. I can name you. One is Benson To, one is Stephen Lee, and one is Raisin. Three names, that's all. And I don't even hang out with them. Do you know why? Because I know if I don't leave that circle, I would think like them, behave like them. Now, to know whether your friends are good leaders or not, we're talking about leadership. We're not talking about whether it's a nice person or friendly person or good-hearted person. That's a different story. So today we're talking about leadership. So if you don't surround yourself with good people that have good leadership skills, your gift, your personal gift that you have, you will never, never able to express it out. Do you understand? Okay. Next one. What do you do in life? What kind of jobs you have today? Are you a student? Are you a normal worker? Are you a small business owner? Are you a salesperson? Are you an accountant? Are you an IT guy? A taxi driver? You know, whatever. Right? Okay, this is also very important. Now, obviously, what you do makes you what kind of person you are. To me, jobs are not things that provide you income. That's my belief. Jobs are just obstacle costs for me to raise my value. See the difference? A lot of you think that having a job is just work and get an income, right? Right? Money, end of the month, you pay your bills. Yeah, of course, jobs will come with salary. I get it. But to me, I look at jobs in a different way. I look at jobs as obstacles to elevate my leadership skills. So I'm going to Australia next week. So obviously my job is to close partnerships and close deals and set up an office there. Now, do you think it's easy? It's not, okay? You think it's easy for me to convince the Australian bosses to hire Filipino workers? You think it's easy? Let's be real, Do you think it's easy for me to convince the Australian bosses to hire Nepalese workers? Really? All the Nepalese workers are the best workers on this planet? No. You see? It's not. So to me, jobs are always hard. Jobs are always obstacles. Obstacles to elevate my skill sets. So I'm going to be the badass that's going to fuck the Australian bosses up and tell them that foreigners are good. And of course, when the foreigners go to Australia, I'll fuck the foreigners up, say, hey, listen, young man, young woman, how many people want to go to Australia? You are the only fucker on this earth that got a visa there. Don't you dare to fuck this job up. You see? It's about, to me, this is what work's about. Work is about elevating your skills. Stop treating work as work. Okay? Because if you keep on treating work as work, what you get is just work. That means your job is going to be boring. Your job is going to suck so badly. You're going to feel dreaded going to work every single day. You understand? So to me, work is always obstacles for me to elevate myself up. Overcome one obstacle, another obstacle, leading myself. So to practice your gifts of leadership, you need to elevate yourself and practice yourself to be upper tier. Now, obviously, some of your jobs don't have challenges. I get it. Like if you're a GP driver in the Philippines, how can you elevate your skills? You're not from the Fast and the Furious. You're not going to drive your Jeep across houses and buildings and all over the places, right? You're not at that level. You're not going to do a 360 brake and twist the car 600 times and you still be okay. So that you can't. So for those people who do not have jobs that elevate your skill sets and your beliefs, get another job. Get a part-time job. You need practice. Leadership is not, I just want to be a leader, just like that, Yeah, you guys gotta understand, do leaders get paid well? They do. I'll be honest with you. Leaders do get paid well. So leadership is about people wanting to follow you as well. You can lead a team, but if a team doesn't want to follow you, you're still not a leader. The wall will follow you, the wall. The wall doesn't even want to move, you understand? So a lot of people don't understand this. So the things that you do today, and I think if you attend my training several times, how many times have I told you guys, stop fucking your time up, right? If you have a full-time job and then you are free on the weekends, do something. Get a part-time job, do a part-time business, You need things to challenge yourself. You understand? If you want to explore your true gift, how do you know that you cannot be great? How do you know? Especially if you're surrounded with poor people, right? Because that environment will think that being shit is normal. Because you cannot see the extraordinary, right? So you need to do more work. You think that more work is work. You see the difference between me and you? You think that more work is work. And then imagine Blight and Miss Vergara. You know, today your boss, they do more work and they start cursing behind your boss back. Oh, what the fuck? I'm supposed to go home now. Why? My boss is giving me more work. You see? You think that work is more work. I don't think work is work anymore. I know it sounds crazy. You know, recently there's a lot of influencer on Facebook, on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, right? They talk about the Matrix. Remember the Matrix? Have you heard some of the other influencers? They speak something about the Matrix, like, and there's one guy called Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, you know, all these famous speakers around the world. Hey, initially I did not believe that, you know, now I do. I use a philosophical approach in life now. Think about this. So imagine, Miss Vergara, imagine Saturday, Sunday, your boss tell you, hey, come on, let's do this new project. Of course, Miss Vergara will have two reactions. The first reaction, he will start cursing the boss behind his back. Oh, fuck, you stupid asshole. I should be going holiday today, right? Don't let the Filipino kind-hearted nature bullshit you. A lot of them like to curse, but they curse in their brain. Hello, sir. That's F you, sir. Understand? don't fall for it. Okay. Right, that's F you, sir. It's just that you didn't guess it. All right. I guess it because I have a lot of Filipino workers. I know what they're doing. You understand? So another way is, oh, yeah, why not? I think this is a project that I wish to try. Right? And I can overcome this. That makes me a better person. That makes me a better person. Right? So I start to have this crazy philosophy approach in life after COVID, especially after COVID. I start to think that work, what is work? What is work? What do you do? What is work is actually, it's like an imagination. Work is actually like an imagination. What do you do here is like so fake, you know? It's so fake. There's no difference of me going to watch a movie for 3 hours. It's also work. Think about it. Like Chong Ming, if Chong Ming has a girl that he likes, bring her out. It's also work. She got to plan where to eat at the restaurant, what to do, what to tell her, what happened if he doesn't like Vietnamese man, what happened is this, you know, it's also work. It's also work. What makes you think it's not work? Bring your kids, like some of you, I see your kids, right? Right, bring your kids out in the park on a Sunday afternoon when your kids behave like monkeys, start running all over the place, jumping on trees to trees, screaming like crazy kids, asking you to buy toys for them, eating ice cream, you know, not work? Not work? What's the difference? Right? So please, and this is something that I wish everybody must do. Do more. Do more. Treat work as obstacles for you to be better in life. So if your current work, like if you're a jeepney driver, you know, you don't have the kind of challenge, take a part-time job on the weekend. You know, I remember Chong Ming, who's our Vietnamese student who has been with me for, I think, 1.5 years now. You know, he was a student when he met me. Now he's in direct sales. He's selling water machines and this. And I heard that his sales is doing great. He went to Malaysia and Singapore for a holiday as an incentive. And then recently he told me that he's going to Hong Kong soon. That means he did very well in his sales job, that his company is sending for him to a Hong Kong trip soon. Because he no longer treat work as work. Work is just an action. Like you see the way I'm training you guys today, right? Some people will dread. They will dread it so badly. Oh God, I got to talk to all these people again. Why? Now, that's not how I think, just to let you know, okay? But there are some trainers like that, believe me. Not all trainers are genuine. They say, oh shit, look at all these people. What the hell? All right. There are some people like that. You understand? But I don't think this is work. This is just communication. So I enjoy work more than you. So what do you do in life is important, because you need to have work that can bring out your leadership gifts. Okay? Lastly, what do you have to do? So I mentioned to you, you just got to do a lot of things. You see, a lot of you like to think. A lot of you like to think and think. You want to be a professor or researcher. Think. After thinking for 15 years, you still have not achieved anything. After thinking for 10 years, you still have not achieved anything. You have this master plan that you're trying to figure out since 1989. Boss, don't worry, man. My master plan is coming up since 1989. Some of you were not even born yet. What the fuck are you talking about your master plan? What makes you think that you are qualified on this planet to teach people about your master plan? You have to do. You have to do. You just got to keep on doing, and doing is like the nature of our lives. Without doing, we will not have dress to wear today. Without doing, we will not have the fanciful haircuts that you have today. Without doing, there will be no internet. Without doing, there will be no aeroplanes, no houses, no bricks, no paint, no toothpaste, no toilet brush, nothing. So why did all this creation were created before your time? Before your time, because most people today are born in the generation of not doing anything. They become master planner. What the fuck do you want to plan? Ye Wing-tong, what do you want to plan? You want to plan to overcome the army general in Myanmar? To hire Russian assassins to fly to Myanmar and murder your general? What's that to plan? Sometimes in life, there's nothing to fucking plan. What do you want to plan? Seriously, what do you plan? Okay, I share you another different news. Recently, the Canadian government mentioned that they will allow Filipinos to have on-arrival visas in Canada. So obviously, all the Filipinos went nuts. Then you see TikTok videos, YouTube videos. Because Philippines, unfortunately, is considered a third world country in the Canadian people's eyes. So for the first time, they're on arrival visa. So all the Filipinos went crazy, absolutely crazy. But they forgot to read the fine line. The fine line is only applicable to people previously have US visas. Previously have Canadian visas or US visas. So you have never applied Canada visa or US visa, you still cannot go. So you see, and then you know what some of the Filipinos would think? Let us wait for the Canadian government to change the rules. And then you'll be 65 years old. What the fuck are you waiting for? No, seriously, I want to know, why are you waiting? What makes you think that you are qualified to give a master plan? How do you think knowledge comes from? How do you think skill sets come from? It comes from doing. When the person that invented football You think what? The football was created as it is? No. After 100 years of evolution, football got better. When the first time you use internet, remember the first time I used internet? I'm not sure because I'm 47 years old. Some of you were lucky, you were born earlier, later than me. During my generation, internet is like waiting to go to toilet. And there's a long queue in front of you. All right, you press the button, 15 minutes, and then you get in. Okay, right? So same thing, right? So imagine if somebody wants to do the internet thingy, he wait for one master plan. He wait for, oh, you know, now we are 5G now, and then 6G. He's planning for 6G, and he has not even started 1G yet. A lot of you like to wait for the right opportunity. It will never come. Let me explain to you guys. It will never come if you continue to wait. Some of you have been waiting for 10 years now, 15 years now, 20 years now. It did not come. Some of the older students, you know what I'm talking about. It did not come. You have to do something. All right? So I repeat again. To discover your internal leadership skills, you must know what kind of person you are. You must know what do you want in life. Who do you have in life? What do you do in life? And what do you have to do in life? Okay. Next one. Your beliefs. Okay, I don't know why over the last 6 months, I became very religious. Yeah. Okay, now again, everybody's entitled for their religion beliefs, okay? If you're Muslim, I'm happy for you. If you're Christian, I'm happy for you. If you're Catholic, I'm happy for you. If you're Buddhist, I'm happy for you. Now, you know, a lot of us like to pray, right? Like to pray God for something, right? We pray that God, hey, make me a rich person. God, why did you give me this girlfriend? She's absolutely crazy. Can you do something about it? Right? God, why is my family so poor? Can you make me rich? Right? We know we pray for something every day. Now, and we pray for special privileges. Special privileges means that you hope that God can put you ahead of most people. A lot of you pray for luck, right? When you go for a job interview, you pray to God, God, please let me have this good job interview. You pray and you pray and you pray. Now, last Monday, I mentioned to everybody, right? Do you know that God has answered your prayers? He has answered your prayers. You just don't want to do. Now, how many times in your life you know certain things are the right things to do, but you did not do it? Let's be honest now, huh? How many times in your life where your brain tells you that this is the right thing to do, but you didn't do it? I repeat again, so that everybody understand what I'm saying. How many times in your brain is telling you that this is correct, this is the thing that you need to do, and this is what you must do, but you didn't do it? Correct, right? Plenty of times you turn God away. Do you agree with me? Put a thumbs up if you agree with me. Come on. Yeah, you see all the smart people. Oh, God. So what the hell are you talking about? God have answered your prayers. So you know that was the right thing to do. You know it was the right decision. You know that decision can actually improve your lives, but you don't want to do it. Does it sound like you're using your gift? Does it sound like you're using your luck? Does it sound like you're using your special abilities? You're not. You're not. Your country culture. What is your country culture? Before this meeting, true story again, before this meeting, I had a meeting with a girl called, her name is Miss Kartini. Okay, she's from Australia, Melbourne. Okay, the meeting was at 3:30 Singapore time. So Miss Kartini is from East Timor, East Timor-Leste. Okay, East Timor-Leste is, I think, next to Indonesia and above Australia. Her parents were refugees that flew to Australia many years ago. Okay, so she was born in Australia, but her background is East Timor, East Timor-Leste. So when I was talking to her, because we are opening up a position in Australia, and she's a nice girl. She's a nice girl. She's the same age as me. She's 47 years old. And recently she got retrenched after 20 years in a company. She worked for the government for 20 years and she got retrenched. Okay, so she hoped that she can get another job with me. So while I was talking to her, I realized that her work culture and country culture is different from me. So the thing you need to understand is, do you think your country culture and your work culture are correct? What is your country culture? What is your work culture? Because leadership is what you believe. Leadership is what you do. Leadership is what kind of decisions that you're going to make every single day. So is your country culture correct? Is your work culture correct? So obviously, from my point of view, I don't think her country culture is correct. I don't think her work culture is correct. Although she's a nice girl, I can truly tell you that she's a fantastic girl. She looks sweet, things like that, But I know she's not the person that I want to hire. You see, in life, I repeat again, remember earlier on, I told you before, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Same thing. What she wants is, because she's 47 years old now, she wants to sort of semi-retire. So my job is not suitable for semi-retired people. Even her husband advised her to be a housewife. So when you tell me that your husband wants you to be a housewife, you think I will hire you? Correct. Maybe it's true from your family point of view, you should be a housewife. But from my point of view, I don't need housewife working for me. You understand? So your country culture, your work culture, your family values, and your personal beliefs are important. A lot of people have no integrity, towards these 5 things. Okay? They talk a lot, but they don't follow. You need to have these 5 things to really unleash your special power, right? So your religion, very important. How religious are you? Okay, like in Dubai and Qatar, the people are very slow there because of their religion. All right, so I will die there if I stay there. The work is too slow for me there. I will not hit my goals. I will not hit my targets. I will not make my dreams come true if I work in Qatar or Dubai, because the culture is Muslim culture. They do a lot of prayers. So when you do a lot of prayers, it slows down the work. You see, so there's nothing wrong with their religion. If this is how they want to live, you cannot say Dubai is a failed state, because Dubai is still very successful. You cannot say Qatar is a failed state. And Doha is a failed state, because Doha is very, very successful. It's just that we all have different beliefs. Okay, you need to identify what is your country culture. Do you think that your country culture is the type that you want to be in? Your work culture. What is your work culture? What is your family values? What is your personal beliefs? Like, people ask me this question. You said, Mr. Benson, you work so much. You work so much. You work more than most people on this earth. Do you spend time with your family? Well, the answer is yes, I do. I spend quality time. I don't spend quantity time. Last night, I had dinner with my mom and my 2 children. We ate Thailand food. We were so happy. My daughter was making fun of me. I was making fun of my daughter. We were making fun of my mother and their grandmother. So everybody was laughing. It was 2 hours of pure joy, and we had ice cream after that. Right? Imagine if you see your loved ones every day. See, my belief is not to see your loved ones every day. It's a nightmare. I'm sorry. Okay, imagine you see your husband every day. What the fuck? Why are you not washing your ass when you use the toilet? You know all his bad habits, and you get upset with him, right? Right. So sometimes, like, my belief is, loving someone doesn't mean you have to see that particular person every day. It becomes a nightmare. It becomes a nightmare, really. So I believe in quality time rather than quantity time. So you need to adjust your beliefs first. Now you are all over the place. You understand? Most of you are all over the place. Most of you don't even know what the fuck you want. I can guarantee you $1 million that you don't even know how to start. You don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do. You don't know where you are now. You don't know how to behave. You don't. You're just clueless. So you need to adjust these beliefs first. So you got to set a set of core values. Like in my organization, our core values is leadership, discipline, bonding. Leadership means all people must lead. The bosses must lead, the managers must lead, the CEO must lead. If my staff is cleaning the fucking toilet, the CEO needs to clean with them. Seriously, that's how we operate here. Okay, everybody got to lead from the front, right? The managers got to do more work than the staff. They got to show and lead by example, and to create a positive vibe for everybody to follow. Okay, discipline. Discipline is no compromise. No compromise means when you make a decision, stick to the fucking decision. Stop allowing yourself to be swayed from left or right. Like if you want to marry this guy, marry this guy. What the fuck are you thinking? Just marry him and make it work. Yes, your husband will give you a lot of shit. Men like to make stupid decisions. Right? Hey, what to do, man? Men are like that. Men are careless. Right? So women must know. Women must know that men are careless. Oh, why is it that he's very careless? Because he's a man. If not, be a lesbian. Choose woman. Women are very careful. But I'm not a lesbian. I still prefer a man. No. So you see, so that's called discipline. Discipline is not punctuality, not professionalism. Discipline is when you say yes. Yes means yes. So sometimes when my staff come and talk to me and they tell me their stories, my staff always tell them, stop telling me your love story. What the fuck are you telling me your love story? I don't want to hear how you meet this person, got married, go to the prom together, go to school together, the first date, what you eat, send flowers. What's it got to do with me? Absolutely nothing. The question I'm asking you is, can it be done? You see, in life, it's like that. I want you guys to think carefully about your internal gifts. A lot of things can be done today. It can be done today. But because you have no discipline, your yes is a maybe. You see the difference? Right? Your English have gone so bad. How many times you say yes to someone and it's actually a maybe? It's true. There are circumstances that will delay some plans. Now, recently, I wanted to launch the MRA Market Readiness Assistant Program. I couldn't because the government changed certain policy, but thank God it has been straightened out last Friday, right? You will only allow your plans to fail if it's an external force decision. So example, if you work in Oman and you get an Oman work visa, and next year, the government decide that no foreigners can work in Oman anymore. That's different. That's an external decision, right? But you cannot allow your discipline to go haywire. And the last one in our core values is bonding. We will always try to bond with our staff, okay, to make sure that we eat together, we shit together, right? We die together and we live together. So this is what your beliefs. You need to set a set of core value beliefs, and you cannot negotiate with your beliefs. You cannot. A lot of you like to negotiate with yourself. When you cannot find a job, you say it's an economy problem. When your English is shit, you tell yourself, in my country, English is not important. Right? Yeah, that's how you do all the fucking time. You like to talk shit to yourself and negotiate with yourself. That's what you guys are great at. Yeah, nobody want to hire Myanmar people. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, right. Ye Wing Tong, nobody want to hire Myanmar people. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's who we are. So you negotiate yourself this shit. Really, you believe that? Right? Then you should die down. What's the point of living? Kill your own ass. You understand? So what I'm trying to tell you is stop negotiating yourself. You see, all these things are fucking you up. You cannot reveal your true powers and true leadership skills if you don't set the standards there. Because when you want to perform, when you want to show your leadership skills, when you want to show your true power, you start to negotiate to yourself again. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we are dumb. The government should give us $50,000 a month. We need the $50,000 a month. You see? Set a standard and don't negotiate your standard. Even you can't do it, you force yourself to do it. Now, again, last week, I was in Korea. Okay. I went to a company called Daehan Vocational Skill College. Yeah, I think that will be exciting because they teach people from all over the world plumbing, welding, technician work, electrical work, which the whole world is in demand now. If you have these skill sets, are really good in welding, there's a lot of good job offer. So the Daehan people are the outskirts of Daegu. Outskirts of Daegu means the province. All these people cannot speak English. So how did I close the deal? I don't have a translator. Okay. I keep on pat on his shoulder like that. I swear to God, if you were there, you would laugh like nobody business. Oh. Took a lot of pictures with them. They're happy, but I use the Google Translator, type of message, put key points. Then you put, you see, because that's my commitment towards my discipline. I cannot speak the fucking language, but I don't care. The message must be true. And in the end, they were so happy. They were so happy that he invited his wife and his daughter to eat with me at dinner. Right? Same thing during the food. We cannot speak the common language. So, the point. The message is to close the deal. There should be absolutely zero tolerance in your discipline. And I closed the deal. And this is a good deal. They are training a lot of young foreigners. I think that the fees is about $4,000+ for 6 months. But you can work part-time there, and the Korean part-time salary is quite high. You can make about $2,000 per month. And you can learn welding skills, plumbing skills, electrical work skills. And South Korea education is worldwide recognized because of their proven country in terms of engineering skills, technician skills, construction skills, that even Africans can apply for this visa. Some countries, the visa is very rigid to many countries, right? So I think it's great, So I'm very excited with this project, but, don't negotiate with your discipline. Your beliefs are important. You cannot allow your beliefs to be negotiable. Initially, the first part of the lesson, I taught you to have a standard, to have a right mind so that you can set up the right beliefs, right? So these are the right beliefs. You must know your religion, your country culture, your work culture, your family values, and your personal beliefs to set up the core values of what you want to be as a person. Keep it simple. Okay, fuck. I like Govind. Govind, wave to everybody. Govind is my Indian staff. He has 3 degrees. 3. Fuck, man. Every single time when he talks to me, it's like telling me a love story. The cure for AIDS or the cure for cancer. The story is like 6-page long. Then I tell Govind, stop. I'm not gay. Stop hitting on me. All right? Stop hitting on me. I'm not gay. What the hell is wrong with you? All right? Keep it simple. So you see, you need to keep it simple first. A lot of you like to keep things complex. Right? You're worrying about what happened if this cannot accept you, that cannot accept you. Of course, they're not going to accept you. You know why? Because you have no beliefs. When you speak, when things come out from your mouth, it doesn't mean shit to people. When I speak, if you have, maybe in future, if you have opportunities to follow me in a business meeting, man, all those fuckers that saw me speak, they know I'm not here to fuck around. Like the way I speak to you guys, you think I'm here to fuck around? Do you believe that? Can you believe you work for me? You think I'll allow you to fuck around? You understand? I don't negotiate with all this shit, because my core values are strong. You see, that's what people want to hire. You want to hire me. I don't want to hire you. So imagine you're the boss today. Would you want to hire me? So a lot of people thought it's the resume. Yeah, the resume is important. Some of you thought it's an experience. Yeah, the experience is important. Some of you think it's skill sets. Let me explain to you how all bosses in the fucking world think. All bosses want to hire people when they say they're going to do something, they are going to do it. Do you understand? So they cannot sense that from you. That's the real reason. That is the under hiding secret. And that's why they categorize workers in race, religion, education, sex, and age to come out with the better definition of the workers that they want. Unfortunately, this is how the world works. Like some countries, they don't want Indians. Why? Because they think that Indians are cunning people. Some countries don't want Filipinos. Why? They think that Filipinos are lazy. Some countries don't want Vietnamese. Why? Because they think that the Vietnamese people are crazy. And they are crazy. Right? So now you understand what I'm saying? So it's all the set of your beliefs. So when you go for interview, like I go for interview, an interview is just a belief section. You know a belief section? That means when a boss talk to you, he's thinking, what the fuck is this person? Can this person do it? And you're trying to convince the boss that you are the person for the job. Right? Oh, boss, I can work Saturday, Sunday. And the boss is, oh, is it? Boss, I'm a hardworking man. Is it? Boss, I'm a very diligent person. Is it? Boss, I'm willing to learn. The boss is thinking, is it? You see, that's what interview is about. Interview is about belief. There's nothing else. Stop thinking it's your stupid resume. Stop thinking it's your religion, your race. No, it's they don't trust you. Okay, just like a lot of Africans. I'm sorry, my African friends. Don't get upset, African friends. Mr. Gideon, I know you're somewhere here. Don't go to my Facebook and talk shit about me. Philip, OKK. All right, please, after this meeting, do not go to my Facebook and say that this Chinese guy is the most racist man on this earth. I'm not, okay? I'm just telling you how the world categorizes people. They believe that Africans cannot be trusted. That's it. That's the real answer, Philip. There's no other fucking answer. Stop digging for answers. Or no, there's no other answers. Yeah, of course, some Africans really fuck it up when they were in UK or in France. It's true. These are all facts and reality. So end of the day, you got to understand that it's all about your belief. A job interview is about belief. It's not about anything else. When I talk to people, when people have no experience in certain positions, but because they need certain jobs like Govind, I have never read Govind's resume. I swear to God. Look at me, Chinese swearing. I have never read Govind's resume before in my life. I don't give a fuck. But it's Indian, African, Malaysian, Vietnam, So when I interview him that time, I look at his fucking eyes. I base on whatever shit he's telling me now. Even if he doesn't know how to do it, is he willing to go all out to learn and do it? And that's how I hire him. Okay? That's how I hire him. I didn't hire him because he has some magical skills that I need for my company. I did not hire him because of his degrees can make me a rich person. No. I hire him is because when I talk to him, is he a man of his word? That's what job interviews are about. It's about what you tell them. Are you able to do it? But because people don't want to commit, they refuse to allow their internal powers to come out. That's why life is hard. You are always second. You are worried that you cannot do it. You are not good. Okay, listen, guys. And this is a suggestion that I'm going to give to everybody. A lot of us cannot do shit. Okay, listen, guys, hello. Please wave so that everybody can see me today. Okay, let me tell you one more time, and please put this shit in your head. All of us cannot do shit. Do you understand? Stop thinking that you are this magical IT fucker or this magical engineer or this magical cook or magical chef. No, you're not. Okay? We cannot do shit. But we are going to do it anyway, and we're going to make it anyway. You think I'm qualified to go to Korea? Who the fuck am I? Am I qualified to talk to the Vietnamese? Who the fuck am I? Am I qualified to criticize the Africans or the Filipinos or the Malaysians or the Burmese or the Bhutanese? Who the fuck am I? I'm not qualified to do anything until the day I put in the effort to make myself qualified. You think what, you're qualified to do sales? No, you're not. Some of you cannot even talk properly. Are you qualified to become a millionaire? No, you know you're not. Some of you are lazy, some of you are this, some of you have a lot of personal problems, right? Are you qualified to work in Singapore and Hong Kong? You know you're not. Man, Singapore working environment and Hong Kong working environment is harsh. Harsh. If you're slow, they'll fuck you up. But you're going to do it anyway. You see, that's your belief. That's my belief. My belief is I know something is real. I cannot do it, but I will do it and I'll make it sure that I can do it. So that's what job interviews is about. Job interviews is not, you really believe that the people are reading your resumes? You really believe that all the bosses on this earth believe that your resumes are real? Or you really believe that 100 resumes and the 100 resumes are all real and authentic? There's no lies. There's no upsell yourself. Come on. Job interviews is about belief. It's all about belief. Just like when I want to hire somebody, I'll look at the way you react. Right? Not your skill sets, because skill sets can learn. You can learn things. You're not an idiot. You can learn things. You can learn Chinese. You can learn Russian. You can learn IT. You can learn how to fix an air conditioner. Hamina can learn how to fix an air conditioner if she wants to. Omar can learn how to fix a car if he wants to. All the skill sets can be learned. You can learn how to swim. You can learn how to go underwater diving. You can learn how to fly an aeroplane. Right? So the whole important issue is your commitment and your discipline. You are allowing yourself not to believe in anything. Is this difficult? Yes. Do you want to do? No. Is this job going to be hard? Yes. Do you want to do? No. Or if I'm going to pay you $10,000 a month, yeah, the job is going to be very stressful. What the fuck are you talking about? $10,000 job, of course it's stressful. You don't need me to tell you that. Everybody with the right sanity will tell you that nothing is free on this fucking earth. If I'm going to pay you 50 grand, you're going to sell drugs. You understand? Imagine if I hire, imagine all of a sudden, I see Mr. Noji bin Upukit. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly, Mr. Opukit. And I said, Mr. Opukit, I'm going to give you $50,000 a month. Mr. Opukit, you're going to sell drugs. That's for sure. Okay? So that's how life is. Right? Stop negotiating with yourself. If you continue to negotiate yourself, that means you have no discipline. You're allowing yourself to be anything. You know, like if there's a war, if Japan invade us again during World War II, you join the Japanese people because the Japanese people are winning, right? And then when the war is over and the Americans won, oh, you are American citizen now. Yeah, America is the greatest country in the world. You cannot be like that. You cannot negotiate with yourself. If you negotiate with yourself all the time, your leadership skills will never come out. It will never come out. It will be there until the day you die. And when you die, it still will not be out. You see, people got to understand that. You cannot negotiate with discipline. You can delay. I repeat, there's a difference. Delay is because of circumstances. You understand? COVID delay Paula to go to Hong Kong. There's nothing you can do because of the law, right? Government delay some road works in your country. Therefore, you cannot open your shop, right? But then the discipline is always there. You cannot stop and negotiate because the day you do it, the day you're telling yourself that you are full of shit. Okay? And the full of shit is a difficult word to understand, right? It's a demeaning word, it's a mean word, it's a cruel word. But if you think about it, a lot of us are full of shit. Okay? So remember your beliefs. Okay, next one. Leadership opportunities. Okay, now a lot of people want to be leader, but they're asking, when can they be a leader, right? Leadership is always there. I give you one good example. When I was young, around 18, and you ask my mom will tell you that it's a true answer. So we have three brothers. I have three brothers, right? Me, my elder brother, and my younger brother. So my younger brother was very young. That's 8 to 10 years apart. My elder brother is 2 years older than me. Okay. Now, during my time, my parents only have money for one child to study. It's a true story, yeah. During my time, I'm 47 now, so if you're 47, most of your parents will be poor. Okay, right? Now you're different. Now a lot of parents are rich, but during my generation, a lot of the parents are poor. So during my time, my mom mentioned to me that she only has money to send one kid to go to school. Okay, so I saw my elder brother and me. My elder brother is a bit different. Okay, so I tell myself, it's okay, let him go. So I drop out from school. And of course, my results are shit anyway, so my parents will waste money, waste money on me. So my elder brother is a better student than me. This is a true story. My elder brother is a good student, whereas I'm a shit student. So I take up the leadership skill to lead myself out of this predicament. So I start to work. So how did my life got fucked? It's because I don't have the beliefs, I don't have the things that I just mentioned earlier on to you in this lesson. I did not set up all these things. You understand? So I was all over the place. So I was negotiating with myself all the time. Give myself a lot of excuses, victimize myself. Victimize myself by saying that, oh, I'm poor, I will never have opportunities. Other people have better opportunities than me, so I victimize myself all the fucking time. And it's true, I went to several interviews, I failed as well, So I did not set a core value, I did not set up anything, I did not have anything, I don't believe in anything. I do not believe in anything. So I don't allow my internal powers to come out. I do not, I do have sort of leadership skills, but because I make decisions, so same thing. Every day we do in life, we have opportunity to create leadership opportunity. So what is leaders? Leader is not a skill. Leadership is a character. It's a habit. You got to understand this. People thought that leadership is a position. How many presidents tried and failed? How many managers tried and failed? Some of the managers that worked with you before, they quit, right? Because they cannot handle the stress, right? How many bosses open business and fail? Because all these idiots, they thought that leadership is a skill. I study today, I study Mr. Benson's class. Oh, tomorrow I'll go out and kick ass and be ultimate leader fighters on this earth. It's not fucking true. I can talk a lot of shit today, and half of you are sleeping, and half of you don't want to implement the things that I tell you tomorrow. You get the certificate, you're happy. That doesn't mean that you're a leader. Understand? Leader is a character. It's a character. It's a habit. It's a habit. That's why you see a lot of football teams, especially if you are in sports. You know, if you love sports like football, basketball, cricket, rugby, all these sports. Some of the good teams, they play like shit on that day, like really, really shit. And the underdog teams play really, really well, and they still lost. Why? Because they have this mindset of not losing. They hate to lose. Last night, because I'm a keen learner, right? It's out of surprise. Taylor Swift? The singer Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift, the American singer, right? Taylor Swift, right? Now, do I look like a Taylor Swift fan? Of course not. There's no way I'm a Taylor Swift. But yesterday, and again, because I'm always trying to learn new things I was curious, why the fuck has Taylor Swift have so many fans? Like the Filipinos go crazy about Taylor Swift. When Taylor Swift start to sing a song, you see, I saw this documentary where a fake Taylor Swift, an imposter Taylor Swift singer, he was singing in one of the malls in the Philippines, and he's not even the real singer, It's a cover band, right? So the girl sang like Taylor Swift, and all the Filipino go mad. They start jumping on the stage, singing all the Taylor Swift songs. And then recently she conduct the concert, the ERA concert, the ERA concert in America. All the people go, the whole city stopped because of Taylor Swift. So then I start to be curious. And her song, her voice is not the best voice. You know that, right? There are a lot of girls or guys that have better voice than her. And her songs are not special songs like some of the classical old music. I cannot remember any of the title of her songs, but I remember the classical songs, like really good songs, right? So why? Because she leads by example. She leads by example. Okay, she said in one statement, like every time she knows her voice is terrible compared to a lot of singers, but every time when she go on concert, she will put it all out there. She will give 600% on the stage. She knows that she's not the best songwriter. She knows that her music is not the best music, but every single time when she writes a song, the song must be meaningful, must be full of understanding, and people can relate to the song. So these are all leadership skills. So she doesn't negotiate with her value. And then I saw another time, one of the things that she mentioned, her ex-manager sold her songs away, betray her. Did she quit? Did she bitch? Did she give up? No, she didn't. She said that I will rewrite the song with a different tone, and then I'll get back whatever I have lost. And we're talking about a girl that's less than 30 years old. Right? So opportunities of leadership is everywhere. So let me explain again. There will be times that you, in fact, most of you feel down more than you feel happy, right? Let's be honest, right? True, most of you feel like shit more than happiness. Don't you know that when you feel like shit, that is an opportunity to show your fucking leadership? Don't you understand? Because leadership comes during chaos. Leadership comes during a time of need. Leadership comes, that's where you can be a true leader. Right? That's where you can be a true leader, when you are at the lowest point of your life, where you're jobless, where nobody wants to hire you. Everybody thinks that you are the dumbest person on this earth. Your wife left you. Your girlfriend betrayed you. Your boyfriend stole your money. Your family kicked you out. That is where you should shine as a leader. So every day, every time, we were given opportunities to become leaders. That's what Taylor Swift did. She chose to be a leader. And then for the first time, I listened to her song, the full song, because I hate her song usually. Halfway, I'll turn it off. So for the first time, I listened to her song. There's one song she wrote called Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer. I didn't know any Taylor Swift song until yesterday. So I played the whole song this morning. I think it was a nice song. You see? So she's leading me to believe in her. And I'm anti-Taylor Swift. Man, if my friends find out that I listen to Taylor Swift's song, they will kill me. Right? So now you understand what I'm saying? During the times of need, during you feel the lowest point of your life, you got to wake the fuck up. That is where so opportunities of leadership is everywhere. So it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit. Like I always have a habit, because we face obstacles all the time. You gotta understand, please understand this, every motherfucker on this earth, whether you're rich, poor, army, Uganda, Vietnam, China, America, Australia, we face problems every fucking day. You think Elon Musk have no problem? Somebody stole Taylor Swift intellectual property. For 10 years, she wrote all the songs, all gone. So what is your problem? Your problem is because you don't believe in anything. You negotiate with anything. You tell yourself that everything is difficult because you refuse to show your leadership. And you think that bad luck is normal. You think poor is normal. You think whatever shit that you do now, that you're surrounded with, it's normal. You deserve to have whatever shit you have today. It's because you show no leadership. So leadership is only shown when the times of needs, which I believe a lot of you have a lot of problems now. So what did you do when you face problems? You negotiate with yourself because you don't have strong beliefs. You tell yourself that it's okay to be like this. I'm just waiting to see things out. I'm waiting for things to happen. I'm waiting for Myanmar to change the government. I'm waiting for the next election in the Philippines. I'm waiting for America to come and save us. I'm waiting for China to invest in our town so that I can millions of dollars. You see? I'm waiting for my Singapore visa to get approved. I'm waiting for Australia to give green lanes to Burmese. Right? You see? Don't you understand that everything we do today is a decision? If you can't even lead yourself to commit to those decisions, what kind of leader do you think you can be? My staff fear me. Literally, they are terrified of me, right, Govind? Govind fear me. Wally fear me. For Izzo, your trainers, they fear me. Literally, they are afraid of me. They're fucking afraid of me because they know I will fuck them up if they do something stupid. You know why? Because my leadership skills is very simple. I refuse to allow people to be stupid in my company. Right, Mr. Govind? Govind knows that I'll punch him in the head if he's gonna do any fucking thing stupid. Literally punch him in the head. Don't tell me about all this civilized nonsense that, oh, you shouldn't talk like that. It's all nonsense. Okay? Or we should talk to people sweet. We should respect people. What the hell are you talking about? Respect. When somebody want me dead, should I respect them? So the key thing is you got to set a certain standards. You must not negotiate with your standards in life. But in order to set the right standards, remember the things that I told you earlier on, so you can make the right standards. Man, if you can't even speak proper English and you tell yourself that you're going to be the next CEO of Google and you don't want to negotiate, that's dumb. That's stupid. I didn't tell you to do that. So you must know who you are first and adjust it accordingly to your level. Understand? All right. So are we clear? So that is opportunities to become leader is everywhere. Be a leader in everything. No, being a leader is not giving. You know, like I know some of you have family members that always take money from you. I get that, right? They don't want to work. I didn't tell you to give them money. I told you to tell you that you can be successful and show to your family members that it can be done. So why are you not doing it? So sometimes it's better to teach people how to fish than to give fishes. You understand? If you teach people how to fish, it's a long-term skill. When you give people fishes, within one day, he'll eat up the fish and he'll go hungry the next day. Okay? So leadership. Next one. Implementing leadership in your life. Okay? Leadership is not a role. Okay? I repeat again. Leadership is not a role. If it's a role, there will not be many prime minister or presidents failed today. It's not a skill. If it's a skill, no. And yes, yeah. Just for your information, I was in Korea, and I know Korea government is sending a lot of people to Philippines to help. So I was curious, why are they doing that? So the Korean government told me that when Korea was poor, at war, the Philippines, the people at the Republic of Philippines was helping the Korean government and the Korean people. You understand? Okay, so that's why the Koreans are actually putting a lot of effort to help Philippines now. It's like a pack to help each other, right? So how did Korea become richer than Philippines? I know this is a sensitive topic. Philippine friends, don't get angry. Please don't be crazy and go to my Facebook account and talk shit about me. Oh God, it's a topic, all right? It's not a personal attack. I didn't say Filipinos should die or anything like that. I didn't say I hate the people in the Philippines, so don't put a racist spin on this topic. I'm telling you, why is it that Philippines became poorer than Korea? When understand this, 50 years ago, Philippines were richer than Korea. They helped the Republic of Korea. I didn't know that until the trip in Korea. I didn't know that until I was in Korea, right? So how did this happen? Just like Singapore, you know Singapore, if you know Singapore history, 50 years ago, we were poorer than the Indians. 50 years ago, we were poorer than the Philippines. 50 years ago, we were poorer than Africa. So how did all this happen? How is it that why the tables are turned now. China, right? China is the only country that literally eradicate poverty. There are no poor China people anymore. There are poor Americans in America, you know. The richest country in the world, there are poor and homeless Japanese people in Japan. But China is the only country on this earth that eradicate poverty. How? So I was wondering, right? Like just as Singapore. In Singapore, there are no poor people. Not now. Previous my generation, there is, but not now. So how did this? Okay, so I look at 5 things about implementing leadership. Number 1, habits. Singapore make alcohol so expensive. Okay, to drink a fucking can of beer in Singapore is so fucking expensive. Drugs. Drugs in Singapore is death penalty, no prison terms. Okay, if you take drugs, sell marijuana, habit, you know, all these things, is death penalty. And not by gas, by hanging. Capital punishment, hang you. No guns are allowed in Singapore. If you have a gun without a license in Singapore, prepare for long lifetime imprisonment. So habits, you need to implement habits. I share you another story, and this is also a true story. About 3 months ago, 3 of my Singapore staff, I can give you the names, it's okay, it's not a secret. Tak Fei, Jin, and Keith. They got into a fight in a nightclub. A big fight. Glasses were flying all over the place. The guys got smashed up, hospitalized. Those fights that you watch in the movies. True story. So I thought it's a guaranteed imprisonment. Minimum 6 months. In Singapore, it's like that. So recently they went to court. So thank God the court did not send them to prison, but they fined Keith 41,000 Singapore dollars. And they fined Tak Fei $15,000 Singapore dollars. And the other guy, Jin, he was okay. Nothing happened. Proven innocent, not involved. Okay. So imagine you are facing a $41,000 fine and a $15,000 fine. What will you do? Think carefully. What will you do? My guys pay up the fine. You know why? They say that they can earn the money back. But if it was you, what would you do? Do you think you dare to say this word? It's okay. I pay the fine. I'll make the money back. Do you think you dare to say this word? I don't think so, right? Right? You see the difference what I'm talking about? Now you understand what I'm talking? It's the habits. The habits. You must implement the habits. So this morning, we had a meeting with the Singapore team in the morning. I told them from now on, none of my staff are allowed to drink alcohol after hours. I don't care if it's your personal life. If you want to drink alcohol, you only can drink at home. I told the 3 guys, if 3 of you went to fucking jail, that means you give us more fucking work to do. Because of your dumb assery, I have more work to do. Right? So I banned alcohol from them. True story. Personal life. I said, you cannot accept, you can quit. So all 3 of them say, oh yeah, I accept, no more alcohol. I said, don't fucking let me catch you drinking alcohol in my company. You see? So this is called habits. And then number 2, culture. You must create a culture for yourself. How can you don't have discipline? How can you don't have all these things? How can you negotiate all the time? That's not right. You must have the right culture. Character. What kind of person are you? Listen, guys. Again, I have nothing against any one of you. And I truly believe that 99% of you are great people. And I truly believe if I go to your country one day and I see you one day, we have a wonderful time drinking coffee, and maybe your parents will cook some nice food for me to eat. I really believe that, okay? I really, really believe that. But you got to understand this. You must know your character value. How can you allow yourself to be weak? Don't buy this bullshit. This bullshit that people tell you that it's okay to be weak, it's okay to be sensitive, it's okay to be emotional, it's okay to be this. Who the fuck tell you all this shit? Can you imagine today, I am a weak, emotional, sensitive idiot. Who wants to follow me? I cannot lead my family. Regardless of whatever it is in your life, someone has to be the leader. Do you understand, guys? Regardless what jobs you have today, what company you work for, what work you do, where you are now, which country you're from, how much you have in your bank account, there must be a leader somewhere in your family. It's either you or your family. There must be some strong leaders in your family, some strong leaders in your company, some strong leaders surrounding you. If not, the world will go mad. So you got to put this into your character, your values. What are your values? What are your values? Set a standard. If you want to be a salesperson, be a fucking salesperson. If you want to be an IT guy, be a fucking IT guy. Be the best IT guy. If you want to be a cook, be the best cook on this earth. Cook the best fucking food. Philip, okay. Go and learn Chinese food, Japanese food, Korean food. I don't give a fuck if you want to be the best cook. No money to go to school? Go to YouTube. YouTube is free. I learned how to cook Korean fried rice through YouTube. It's true. I learned how to cook Korean fried rice through YouTube. Right? Right? So your values. And lastly, your lifestyle. Oh God, lifestyle. Talk about lifestyle. Stop pretending to be someone that you're not. Your job is not to put on this earth to be a clown. You know what a clown does? So let me tell you what a clown does. All of you use social media, right? Facebook and Instagram, right? You do, So all of you are high profile in terms of using Facebook and Instagram because you are always seeking people's likes. Okay. Now, on my Facebook and my Instagram, I will only put two types of posts. Two types. The first type is joke. So if you follow my Facebook account, you know that I like to put a lot of jokes there. I literally like to put a lot of jokes there. Okay. And the second is for business. If you follow our Instagram and our Facebook company, it's always about work. It's about the results. It's about what we do for people. It's all about work. Of course, I know I can edit the photos and make everybody a supermodel. That's what you do for your own photos. Right? Filter. Make yourself longer nose. Right? Make your skin whiter. Right? That's what you do. Right? But if you look at our photos, it's all very raw and original. And my staff is so worried that I put the photos because I always put the ugly faces of them on our company Facebook account. Then I always tell them, if you want to stop me, you pay me salary, and then I'll listen to you, and you become my boss, and then you can tell me to do whatever needs to be done, right? So when you put your social media and you put yourself like you're trying to pretend to be someone that you are not, and you're pretending to show people how cool of a lifestyle you have, you have a wonderful life, which you know is not true. That means you're spending a lot of time doing all these stupid things where you can use your time in the right way. So the lifestyle is the key. Like, again, this morning I was talking to my 3 idiot colleagues that nearly got to the jail. I said that, you know, your boss, what your boss do? When his stupid friends call, I have a lot of stupid friends. When they call him, they're stupid nice friends. I call it stupid friends. They call me, are you in Singapore? I'll tell them, no, I'm in Malaysia. When I'm in Malaysia, my Malaysian friends will call me, are you in Malaysia? No, I'm actually in Korea. And then my Korean friends that love to drink will call me, are you in Korea now? No, I'm in Africa. Your lifestyle makes what kind of person you are. Some of you are overspending. Some of you are underspending. Underspending means you're a miser. You're supposed to use the money the right way. Some of you live life without principles. Without principles. You behave exactly what the fuck you want to behave. Right? So all these key factors, which I repeat again. Hold on now. Let me find the slides. Habits, culture, character, values, and lifestyle. Now, I mentioned the 4 topics, right? So if you can implement these 4 topics, you will start to see a change in yourself. You will start to see your life gets better. How can your life get shittier where you are braver, where you are more focused, when you have better discipline, when you can stay sharper, when you are more committed? How can your life be worse? All right, guys, do you understand what I'm saying? Put a thumbs up if you understand. Okay, good. So, Mr. Govit, please put the slides on the chat box below. So for those people that wish to download the slides, you may go to the chat box below now and download the slides so you can go through the things that I've taught you today. Now, I repeat to everybody again, and this is something that I truly, truly believe. Okay, please put this in your head now. I don't believe that everybody can be a millionaire or a billionaire. Okay, in order to be a millionaire and billionaire, sometimes you need an element of luck. You understand? At the right time, at the right place, it's true. I see some from my friends dumber than me make a shitload of money compared to me. All right. But it's okay. It's okay because I'm doing okay as well. So I cannot complain, right? So I believe that everyone on this earth can have a better life. That is one thing that I really, really believe, that everyone on this earth can always have a better life every year. So the key to a better life for every year is leadership. You must learn how to lead yourself. A lot of you are not leading yourself to do anything. So that's where the whole issue is. You must have leadership. So the key skills can be learned, right? Luck, sometimes you will have it. Certificates, you can pay money and study for it, right? But leadership is a habit. Do you understand? Like, all leaders hate to lose. I fucking hate to lose. When I see my competitor do better than me, I get annoyed. When I see people drive Ferrari past me, I get annoyed. When I see people more successful than me, I get annoyed because I believe I can do all those things as well. You should be angry. You should be sad. You should be upset. You should be upset with yourself. You should. Because you have been giving yourself lots of bullshit over the last 3-4 years now. You're negotiating your values with everybody. Or cannot be done. Life is unfair. Life is unfair. Who ever tell you that life is fair? Who doesn't have a breakup? Everybody have a breakup. Who's not been betrayed by someone? Everybody's been betrayed by someone. Who has not lost his job? I have lost my jobs before. Who has not lost money? I lost money before. But the difference is I always lead myself out of this shithole, whereas you compile shit because you refuse to lead yourself, because you think that shit is scary. I think that shit is an opportunity to bring myself and lead myself to the next level. All right, guys, good. Okay, so we have come to the end of the lesson. So usually for the final 15 to 20 minutes, it's question time, FAQ time. So there's a chat box below. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, or some minor issues, problems that you have now and you like to share to everybody so we can use as case studies so that everyone can learn from each other, please type your questions on the chat box below. Okay, Govind, please put the slides on the chat box. Put it at least 3 times during this whole FAQ session. Okay. No questions? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Stop thanking me. Do something about it. Understand? What the hell? Thank me for what? All right. All right. So anybody got questions? Please ask. Hey, come on, give me a hard question. Thank you so much. I do my best. Fuck, Priya. I hate it when people say this word. I do my best. When people tell me that they do their best, you know what I would say? Can I do my best to pay you salary, please? Can I go and tell the Prime Minister of Singapore, I do my best to pay the electricity bill? Can I, please? Can I tell my kids, that he do his best to give you milk powder so that you can grow healthy and strong? Do my best is a word that will give you excuses. I'm sorry, Priya. Let me explain to you why. When you always tell people that you do your best, means you know there's a chance of failure. Yep. Right, guys? Right? Every single time when you tell someone, I do my best, that's bullshit sentence. A bullshit sentence by saying that, okay, I do my best. So if I fail, please don't blame me. Govind, hello, Govind. Can I do my best to pay you salary, please? Please, Govind. Govind, hey, fucking answer the question. Can I do my best to pay you salary, please? I say please 2nd time now. Please. Pretty please. I beg you, Govind. Govind, hello, Govind. Don't pretend. Don't act blur. Govind, can I please pay you to pay your salary on time, please, Govind, please? Please. You see? So when I tell you guys, I do my best to pay you a salary, you get upset. You get upset, right? So you understand, I cannot tell my family that I do my best. I cannot tell my staff that I do my best. Can I tell my customers I do my best when you pay me money? Imagine Elsa, Bago, you pay me $50,000, right, to get a permanent residence in Canada. Then I go and tell you, Miss Bago, I do my best. Is it okay? Is it okay? Right, imagine Tring Pang T, you pay me $3,000 to get a job in Europe. Then I go and tell Miss Tring, I do my best, okay? Don't say you do your best. Say, I will do it. I will do it. If it take me 10 years, it will take me 10 years. If it take me 3 years, it will take 3 years. I will do it. Understand? Okay, sometimes plans are delayed because of circumstances, which is normal. Like maybe Your mother is sick, and then you need to take care of your mother for a few months, so you delay your goals. So it happens sometimes, you understand? Right? So that's okay, but you cannot do your best. You will tell yourself you will do it. Do it. Okay. Next question. Thank you. 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 During hiring or promotion, how do we discover leadership potentials of aspirants? Well, during hiring, it's very difficult to gauge leadership. Okay, it's like every time when I hire someone, right? And sometimes the best speakers might not be the best workers. The prettiest workers also might not be the best workers. The older people with a lot of experience might not be the best workers. Now, hiring people is through trial and error. Trial and error means, again, you have to consistently interview people, and then from there, you will learn. Okay, because you will learn. Like, a lot of people want to work for me, I'll be honest with you, but doesn't mean that you will like the job that I'm going to offer you. You understand? Or you might like the work culture. So it's all trial and error. So when you try and error, the more you do it, sometimes you have the gut feeling, the gut feeling. Like the girls, right? When a guy try to pick you up, the gut feeling, right? Like this guy is what's trying to do, right? So it's like the gut feeling. So when it comes to interview, usually the people that I will hire are the people when I look at them and I see them and they give me the impression that they work hard, because leadership you can put into your character. You understand? No one is born a leader. No one is born a leader. You have to put leadership into your character. So character is more important than anything else. So imagine if Miss Bago, all right, she has a strong character. When I interview her, although she might not have experience, but she has a strong character, I know that she can put leadership into her character. And she does not have the skills, it's okay, but I know she's going to put in a lot of effort to learn new skills, right? So that's what I'm saying. How you will be a good leader when you have no connection wherever you want to go? True. Some people would think that because you don't have a strong network, you do not know anybody, so how can you be a good leader? You can be a good leader in many things. You don't have to be a good leader in connection. You be a good leader to yourself. So example, you can learn new things. You can force yourself to lead yourself to learn new things. You can force yourself and lead yourself to be disciplined, to go to the gym, exercise, keep yourself fitter and stronger. You can lead yourself to set up a small business on the weekend. When you have nothing to do, like some of you might be housewives, you can learn how to bake cakes, and make cakes. Lead yourself to make cakes. Teach yourself a new thing. Leadership is about leading yourself, right? So you can lead yourself to make cakes, lead yourself to cook, to learn a new skill. So it doesn't have to be connection that is related to business or work. It's about leading yourself to be something special. Sometimes I don't need what I need to do. I'm free. It means that I need to take more jobs, sir. Yes, it is, Chong Meng. Now, I know some of you are fortunate. You are. Okay, if you are born in the right family, maybe your stress will not be as high as some other people. If you are born in the right situation, maybe you still can study college and university and you don't have to work. Or maybe you married the right husband, or the right wives, So sometimes, because of all these things, it gives you more free time. Now, to me, time is precious. Okay, like I'm 47 years old now, right? So time is running out. So every single minute, every single second, every single hour I have in my life, I want to treasure it. I want to take more job. I want to live a meaningful life. So again, I'm different from some of you. Some of you just want simple life. Remember earlier on, I ask you this question, right? What do you want in life? Like for me, it's different. I want to live a meaningful life. I don't want to live a life that have a normal job, which is okay, but I don't like it because I like to live a life that is meaningful, that I can repay back to society or to leave a legacy. People remember me. So that's the life that I want to have. So if you want to have this type of life, you have to take more job. And job is not just about work, job can be learning a skill to cover your time slot. Like you have 12 hours a day, right? So what are you going to do? Like some of you might need to take long transport to go to work, right? It's true. I took the flight from is it Jeju Airlines back to Singapore. So the flight was 6 hours, and Jeju Airline is a budget airline, so there's no entertainment, no TV screens on the flight. So what I do is that, and this is a true story, I download a lot of things that I can learn during the 6 hours. So I'm going to show you just to prove a point so that you don't think that I'm an asshole, So I download at least 9 videos. Okay, so the 9 videos is about how to do certain things better. Okay, so I'm going to read to you. One was
next door, and today we're getting into what you should be doing to start your influencer business with $0 and not a lot of followers.
Right.
And I'm going to show you exactly what I did to start mine.
Now, whether it works or not works, it doesn't matter. You understand? So I'm going to play you another video. Okay, so that you know that I'm not joking.
How you doing tonight, Dr. Peterson?
Not too bad. Pretty good question. So we're on the brutal side, I would say, but
so
I'm incredibly nervous to talk in front of you because you've got to be one of the most formidable people that I've ever heard of or ever listened to or ever seen.
So during the 6 hours, I don't want to watch a movie. Of course, I'll be, you cannot stay awake for 6 hours, right? So I'll put the headphones and I'll be listening to all these things. So because my life is a bit different from your life, I want to live a meaningful life. In order to live a meaningful life, you must have what it takes to have a meaningful life. Because if you don't fill yourself up, you will never have a meaningful life. So that's me, okay? Can you explain how I can stop negotiating myself and miss the part internet problems? This is hard, Francis, Okay. Sometimes I rule my staff with fear. What do I mean by this? Like, I know some of my staff like to negotiate with themselves, and it's a true story, because my staff are people like you, normal people, right? It's not like they're not COVID doesn't have special abilities, okay? COVID is exactly like you. So sometimes I rule my staff with fear. They literally know that I will fuck them up if they don't do their job properly. Literally, they know. I will sack them, or I will literally cause harm in their faces. Okay? Now, am I a violent person? No. And am I an aggressive person? No. Am I a master criminal? No. It's like, it's hard to stop the negotiating part. Sometimes you need to inflict punishments to yourself to stop all this bullshit. Like I'm different. My punishment is poor. So when I was poor, I suffered severe punishment. So I don't want to be poor anymore. So my background is different because I don't want to be poor. Oh, the feeling when you go out and you cannot afford to buy shit, the feeling, like you see people buy more things than you, right? You're budgeting, you open your fucking wallet, and then you count, you only have $2, and then, oh shit, I cannot have the Happy Meal. I only can have 1 packet of French fries. So that's how I stop my negotiation to myself, you understand? Like, I don't want to be poor. The feeling, being, again, I'm nothing against poor people. So don't go to my Facebook account and talk shit. I have nothing against Facebook poor people. It's just that being poor is like having a broken hand. You know, when you have a broken hand, you cannot do anything. Right? When you have a broken hand, there's a lot of challenges. So I don't want to have a broken hand. So to me, it's the fear of having no money and going back to the old lifestyle that I used to have. I will take the bus. Oh, the pathetic feeling, the pathetic feeling. You got to calculate your coins, take out the 20 cents, the 30 cents. You got to stack them up, day by day. I hate that fucking feeling. Right? So you have to do whatever it takes, because all of us are different, right? So we react to things differently. Like some people cannot react with aggressiveness, because if I'm too aggressive to some of my stuff, maybe they will commit suicide, So all of us are different. So you got to figure it out. You got to figure out a way that can stop yourself, So me, I'm different. I don't want to be poor anymore. I really cannot. I'm sorry. I'd rather die. I'm sorry. I'd rather die. I'd rather die. Okay, because my religious belief and my own values is God put me for a reason here. God gave me this magical power, and the magical power is to be a better version of myself. So every time when I fall, which I did fall, I fall 5 times in my career, literally go back to zero, right? Literally negative and zero. I will always tell myself to pick myself up, and I always tell that God made me special. He gave me the powers, and the power is called the brain, and the brain will implement the things that I want to do, and that's called be a better version of yourself. Like last Monday, right? If you attend my training, I mentioned to you guys, all of us have this magical power, a magical skill, magical ability, and that all of us can be a better person every single day. So you have to do it. Maybe you need your wife to punch you in the head, set punishment for yourself. This is a good way to stop negotiating, is to set yourself some punishment. Get your wife or your girlfriend or your husband to punish you. Like girls, you like shopping, right? So next time you negotiate yourself, your husband will say, no, you cannot shop for 3 months. Something like that, So yeah, maybe you can do this. In an early morning for me to have a wonderful inspirational thought. Thank you very much. My question is to discuss earlier, how the people in Korea more richer than Philippines? Okay, now the truth is, the rich and the poor are very similar. We all have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 ears. The difference is habits. I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. What time do you wake up? I don't go on a Sunday and drink cafe and take a picture on my stupid fucking cake and put on Instagram so that 200 people will give me fucking likes that will give me no money. And I don't even know these 200 people come from where. And I don't think the 200 people give a shit whether I live or die. If my account got blocked, I don't think the 200 people remember me. So it's all about your habits. Now, country culture, like the Chinese people, I give you one good example. Like you start to realize that everywhere you go, the Chinese people seem to have more money, right? Right? Let's be honest, in the Philippines, the Filipino Chinese people have more money. If you go to Vietnam, the Vietnamese Chinese people have more money, right? If you go to Africa, the China people in Africa have more money. If you go to America, Singapore, Taiwanese, Koreans have Chinese blood. Japanese have Chinese blood. It's because of habits. Habits. We work fucking hard. We wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. We bitch lesser than the countries from the West. Filipinos, you are American culture trained, right? American culture trained. So the Americans believe in democracy, being speak up your mind, being emotional, being drama. You spend so much time on drama than thinking of solutions. Right? Every time, if you've been to an argument in the Philippines, if you go to a quarrel in the Philippines, I've seen it so many times. You see 5 Filipinos trying to tell each other that they're right. I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. Right? If the 5 people just shut the fuck up and think of solutions to make things right. You see? So American culture is right. Chinese culture is make things right. It doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. Right? So it's all habits. So imagine if your brother is a hardworking guy, your sister is a hardworking guy, your grandmother is a hardworking guy, your friends are hardworking guy, your great-grandparents are hardworking guy. And you will become a hardworking guy. So all these things is all culture, habits, influence. Most of you like to watch TikTok videos, right? Right? You spend hours on TikTok videos looking at stupid people doing stupid dances. All the fucking guys like to go Instagram and watch beautiful girls, right? The guys, right? Hey, please, guys, the beautiful girls don't want your stupid ass. No matter how much you stare at them, they will not come to you. Bikram, do you understand, Bikram? Mr. Sunan? I know you like to watch beautiful girls on Instagram. No matter how much you stare at them, they're not going to come to see you, you know. So these are all habits. Habits. Like when I was young, I loved to play video games. PlayStation 1, Nintendo, Sega. You know, I spent fucking days on video games. Literally. Habits, right? So that's the reason. If you look at all those countries that have more money, it's always habits. Like France, let's talk about France. France used to be super rich. Now the French are poor. Why? Because the habits are all over the place. Right? Even Vietnam is going to surpass France soon, I believe. You know, right? So why the Vietnamese, and it's not a true story, why the Vietnamese now is one of the nation that is rising up really, really fast? Because the Vietnamese, especially the Vietnamese woman, they are so fucking hardworking, you know. All my top sales are Vietnamese women. Oh, fuck, man, they take no prisoners. They are very feminist. They hate men more successful than them. Oh, God, their enemy is man. Vietnamese woman, enemy is man. Man, if you see a Vietnamese woman hang around with a lazy Vietnamese man, they will fuck the Vietnamese man up. You know? So you see, it's all habits. Habits, nothing else. It's not agriculture. Philippines has a lot of good agriculture. It's not tourism. Philippines have a lot of nice beaches. I went to church hopping when I was in Bicol. I went to 6 different churches in one day, you know, those ancient heritage church. So it's not tourism. I went to one cave in the Philippines, right? It's a famous cave in Bicol. No fucking tourists. Me and my colleague, 2 of us, that's it. But if you go to a cave in China, thousands and thousands of people there. You see? So why is the Filipino cave not doing better than the caves in China? It's because the marketing people in Bicol suck. They're not promoting tourism. Too much bureaucracy. It's all habits. Everybody wait for what? Christmas? Yeah, and then Christmas comes. Then all the Filipinos enjoy a good Christmas, right? Right? Oh, they start celebrating a nice, good Christmas. So it's all habits. Habits. You got to start your own country. Now, I know it's difficult. Remember earlier on I mentioned that because we are surrounded with people and culture, it's very, very difficult to be different. I get that. Right? So you have to start your own country. I leave my old country. My old country are my friends. They are nice people, my friends. You know, I still drink with them, I still eat with them. But I will never talk about work with them. Never. I will never talk about life with them. We'll talk stupid things all the time with my friends. Hey, what happened? Yeah, nothing else, you see. So I decided to form my own country. So same thing, you have to decide to form your own country. What kind of rules you want to set in your own country, so things like that. Huh? Can you recommend some ways to get stronger mindset? Do sales. Really. You see, how to put it this way? I don't know why people don't want to do sales. I really don't. I really do not know why people don't want to do sales. Sales are the best jobs to make money, to get financial freedom, to learn new things. All those, I think, Nancy, I guess you're from Vietnam, right? All those Vietnamese people that travel abroad, the business trips, you look at them, look at the passport, you admire them. These are all fucking salespeople. They go to China to close deals. They go to Japan to close deals. They go to Philippines to close deals, right? So if you want a stronger mindset is to do sales job. Okay, even you have a normal office job from Monday to Friday, which is fine. On Saturday, Sunday, I always encourage the people here to go and sell some stuff, sell some cakes, sell some Vietnamese goods. Vietnamese coffee is famous. Go and sell to the Americans, through Facebook, Instagram, or sell some chicken wings. You can sell some chicken wings. It doesn't matter. Sell something. Because sales, you handle rejections. You understand? Like I'm trained to handle rejections. I'm trained to accept you don't like me. You understand? Like, I don't care about your opinions. Did you realize that? I don't. I only focus on myself. As long as I continue to improve myself in training, why the fuck people hate me? Right? Everybody will hate us. Always remember this. To me, everywhere you go, there will people hate you. Okay? Understand this, okay? No matter how great you think Philippines is, people will hate Philippines. No matter how great you think Singapore is, people will hate Singapore. No matter how great you think China is, people will hate China. So whatever we do, we will have rejections and hatred towards us. So why not I put myself in a sales position? A sales position will challenge your courage. Because some of you are shy. It will challenge your communication skills. It will challenge your discipline. It will challenge your commitment. It will challenge your communication skills. So that's what I want you guys to do. Promotion can be stopped even you're good at work, but your connection is low. Will I still continue and find and respect my talents? Yeah. So what? Nobody gives a fuck. You understand? Stop thinking it's about you. The problem is in life, we always think it's about us. You think that you're talented. Who the fuck tell you that you're talented? Who told you that? You think that you are smart. Who told you that you are smart? Who? Correct. So the key thing is not to focus on them, right? The key thing is to focus on yourself. If you continue to give good work without thinking of rewards, like tonight, when I deliver this training, do you think that I am prepared? Oh, how come Nancy didn't introduce customer to me? How come Joshua did not introduce customer to me? How come Kathy didn't like my Facebook? How come Maria didn't go and tell her parents that I am the greatest trader on this earth? Because I don't fucking care. You see, the whole thing about life is because you always want something. Do you understand? Or? So when you always want something, you think that you are good enough for that particular thing. That's why you're always hoping that someone will treat you better. You're hoping that someone will give you a higher salary. And if no one's want to give you a higher salary, must be the world's problem. No, because nobody gives a fuck. The key thing is yourself. Continue to improve yourself regardless whether it's rain, sunny, snowing, hail, and one day people will appreciate you. Stop having this gratification thinking that people must entertain you. No. Nobody cares, believe me. You know, all of us here are pretentious in certain ways. You really believe that the Indonesian here care about the Philippines? The Indonesian friends? You really think that Nepalese, Bikram, you care for the Africans? Fuck off, Nepal, Bikram, fuck off. Understand now? Stop being a pretentious fucker. You are not. You don't give a shit. You think the Vietnam Nancy give a damn about Singapore? No, he doesn't. She doesn't. You see, so because we live in this pretentious bullshit world, that we always think that when we do something, we want to have reward. Life is not a project, you understand? I complete a project. Now, when you were young, remember when you were young, you eat spoon with a soup. Drink soup with a spoon, and then your parents, oh, look at my child, wow! When you ride a bicycle, your mom will say, oh, my son, look at the genius. He knows how to ride a bicycle. That's not a life, is not a project. Life is a continuous cesspool of bullshit. And your job is to fuck everyone out and focus on yourself and be a better version all the time. When you continue to be a better version, your time will come. I don't believe if Joshua is the best, if every fucking day he work on himself to be the best nurse in the fucking Philippines and nobody will hire him. How is that fucking possible? Right? I don't believe Nancy is the best Kentucky Fried Chicken woman that cook the best fried chicken. If she continue to make the fried chicken great, every guy eat, wow, why is your fried chicken so fantastic? And she will die? No. A better version of yourself is not asking for credit. Right? A better version of yourself is you will receive credit. If you are asking for credit all the time, that means you treat life like a project. Life is never ending. It will only end when you die. Understand? So remember I told you before, I cannot make you a rich billionaire or millionaire because sometimes you need a bit of luck for that. But I can make you a better version of yourself. So a better version of yourself is to continue to work on yourself. If Joshua is a nurse, continue to be the best fucking nurse until the day you die. Eventually, people will hire you. People will recognize you. You don't have to worry about people not recognizing your talents. When you start to worry about people not recognizing your talents, it's you telling yourself that you're good enough. I'd rather you quit your job. To know whether you're good enough is quit your job, go and apply the same job. If you can get the same job easily, that means you're good enough. If not, means you're not. Okay, so don't overthink shit. Where can I find one of your leadership PDF? Yeah, it's on the slides. You can download here. Yeah, you can download. Okay. Hello, Professor. My question is, have you failed? And how did you come to be what you are now? I failed 5 times in my life. Literally 5 times. I have 5 big tattoos on my body to remind me of my failures. I literally have 5 tattoos on myself. Now, every time when I fail, my failures are different. That means I fail, second time I fail. I only fail in my business life, not my personal life. Okay. My business life means I nearly lost, in fact, I lost a lot of money 5 times. And the last one was recently after COVID. I lost, my ass got burned really bad. But because of my constant beliefs, you know, life is about constant, remember, life is not about project. Constant character to improve myself every single day. I let my habits of winning overcome my circumstances. So not only I did not fail anymore, I fully recovered, and all my staff with Mr. Govind, you know, they have good pay. Right, Mr. Govind? Put a thumbs up. Yeah. Right. So the key thing is to continuously do, continuously improve. You will fail. You know, your boyfriend will leave you. Your girlfriend will betray you. You know, your husband could kill you. Your business could collapse. You could have retrenched, could be retrenched. You will fail. Failure never ends. Even next year, there will be times that I will fail as well. It never ends. But you cannot think it as failures. You got to think it as life lessons, right? So that's how I do with my life. I continue to lead myself, again, lead myself to believe in that. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can. All right, that's it. We have come to the end of the comments. All right, great. So again, thanks for coming today. I hope the things that I've taught you today can actually help you. So again, I want everybody to understand this. Yeah, it sounds so easy, right? It sounds so easy, right? But it's so difficult to implement, right? All right, it sounds so easy, but the only thing I can tell you before I leave, most of you have nothing. Do you understand? That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Most of you have nothing. So why not just fucking try? It's not like you're going to lose a lot of things, right? Like, why I dare to try is because I know the feeling of nothing, because I have nothing before. So I know the feeling of nothing. So what is nothing? Nothing is nothing. There's nothing to lose, right? Nothing is negative or zero. What's the big fucking deal, right? Like Lorena, set up your online shop on a weekend. What's the big social media? Facebook is free. You have nothing now. You have no money to open a shop. You have no money to set up a big company in America. You have nothing. So that's one thing I don't understand about you guys. You guys were at my time. My time was I have nothing. So what is nothing? Nothing is nothing. So nothing means you have nothing to lose. Right? Unless, you know, Mr. Okeke is the president's son of Uganda and he has billions of dollars, right? Mr. Okeke have 16 Bentley, 400 girlfriends, 3,000 companies around the world. That's different. You have a lot to lose. But when you have nothing to lose, that's the worst thing that I don't understand is why don't you just listen and do it when you have nothing to lose? You have nothing. I repeat, nothing is nothing. Right? So when you have nothing, what a big fucking deal. I didn't tell you to invest $50,000. No, I did not tell you to do that. Changing yourself is free. Do you understand, guys? It's fucking free. It's even cheaper than bring a girl out for coffee. A fucking coffee will cost $4. And I still need to imagine if I date Elsa now. Elsa, I bring you out for coffee. I got to spend $4. I got to spend a nice cake. And then I got to entertain you. Right? Elsa, I need to entertain you. Changing is free. 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 And you don't want to do it. Free. Right. So now you understand. In your brain now. Remember I told you God is talking to you now. You know what God is telling you? God is telling you that I'm right. That's why I received so many thank yous on my chat box. But guess what? 90% of you not going to listen to God. 90% of you don't. You see, remember I told you, remember you've been praying, everybody pray today, right? Right? Everybody pray today, right? I'm not saying that I'm God, don't misunderstand, huh? But everybody did pray to you, right? You prayed this morning, right? God, please help me today. God, let it be a meaningful day. God, please make me be rich. God, please make my life better. So you pray whether it's a Muslim God, a Catholic God, a Jewish God, a Taoism God, or Hindu God, you pray today, right? So God have answered your prayers, right? Think about it. God, what was God telling you now? God is telling you that Mr. Benson is correct. That's why the chat box, thank you, 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 thank you. But guess what, Elsa? Guess what? You know the answer, right? You see, look at the way you laugh. Man, you know the answer, right? See, that's the problem with humans. Right? And then you say that, oh, God didn't speak to me. No, God spoke to you. He spoke to you. He's telling you that I'm right. But guess what? Tonight, you question God again. Tonight, you talk to God. God, no, I don't believe he's I don't believe. I don't believe. I don't believe he's right. You see, that's the problem with people. People are fucking crazy. Do you understand? This is the craziest generation the world has ever seen. The world is so full of crazy people. It's true, right? Blight, what did God tell you now? Blight, you know God tell you that, Mr. Benson is correct, right? That's what God's telling you now. But guess what? Tonight, you go back home, you put on the K-drama, watch the Korean drama, you get excited, and then, you know, and then you forgot. You see? So that's why I'm telling you, God has answered your prayers every day. Every day, he has answered your prayers. And he still continue to speak to you despite your stupidity. Tomorrow, he will still answer your prayer. The day after tomorrow, he will still answer your prayer. But you decide to be an asshole. Right? Oh, no, I think he's wrong. Yeah, you know I'm right, and you think that you try to negotiate yourself, right? You're negotiating yourself. Nah, Mr. Benson, yeah, although he received 150 thank yous, it's fake. It's fake. The thank yous are all fake. It's all Photoshop. I put it up. Right? It's all fake. See? All right, guys. Okay, stay happy, stay focused. Okay, thank God you guys are payee customers. Man, if you are my staff, I will not allow you to behave like that. All right. But thank God, because you are my customers, I'm not that abusive. Man, if you are my staff and I tell you and you don't want to do, oh God, you know how abusive I'm going to be. You understand now? All right, take care of yourself. Hope to see you guys on Monday. Is it Monday? Is coming Monday, the motivation classes, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to double check. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Okay. And remember the things I tell you. The truth is, a lot of you have the answers. You do. You're not that dumb. Stop pretending to be that dumb. Okay. Your boyfriend will buy your shit. Your girlfriend will buy your shit. But I don't believe that. Okay. You're not that dumb. So stop pretending that you're dumb. So the key thing is that you got to tell yourself, you got to really, really understand who you are. Because this game will never end. Next year, you're going to face the same problem. Because like my life is always different problems. Problems never end. Okay? No matter how successful you think you are, problems will never end. Problems will be there until the day you die. Okay? It's what kind of problems. In life, we should have different problems. Because if you have different problems in life, means you are growing up. Right? But if you have the same problems every year, it's like your parents train you how to eat spoon with soup, and you do not know how to use the spoon. You shove the spoon up your nose, you know, right? That's the same problem, right? So you know how to use spoon now. Then you know how to use chopstick. After the chopstick, you know how to use knife. You cut your finger with a knife because it's a new problem. So life is about new problems. Problems will never end. It's about new problems. All right. Take care. Bye bye.